Do I have everybody's attention now?
This is it, Josh! This is it!
All right, everybody, we are here, WrestlePoint. We are here for our Raw review of last night, September 20th, 2021. I think we all are on the same page as this was one of the best Raws we've seen in a long time. I don't know. My overall thoughts on the Raw was that it was very good, and it's frustrating that it's not this good every week because it has the potential to be.
I think after seeing a show like this, it's asinine for WWE to keep saying they don't consider AEW competition, because I don't think it's a coincidence that they come out with a show this good as AEW is picking up all this momentum. They definitely went out of their way to make sure this was a good show.
Yeah,
it's Monday Night Raw. It still had its downs, but there were a lot more highs than lows, and the lows weren't catastrophically low like they tend to be.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show a lot. If you guys were wondering, I enjoyed the show a lot. Some of the one in particular, I'm excited to talk about it. There were some bad things, but overall good. This was probably the best Monday Night Raw we have watched together.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Just so if anybody's wondering, Dom is having connection issues, so if he pauses out from now on, we give him a second to just read.
Yeah, I'm in my room, and that means
he usually says is crazy anyway. So
when I'm in my room, just expect when I'm in the kitchen, that's good connection. So just for future notes.
All right, Dom, if you want to hit the first segment of the night, even though I know what it is, it's just.
This stuff.
Yeah, let's get the banner. Let's get the banners going.
The banners are so much. All right, so New Day in the ring. So yeah, I'm not the biggest New Day fan. I'm not the biggest hater of the New Day as Eric is, but I do like that it wasn't much of Xavier Woods and Kofi talking. It was more of Big E going and Big E. So I underestimated how much I like that. There's a babyface major champion on one brand and then a heel champion on the other brand. I feel like that's what WWE's been missing for a while, and Big E just gets better.
Yeah, so speaking of me being a hater of the New Day, I even told you guys as soon as I started watching the episode, I said, I don't care how good the segment is. As soon as the New Day starts doing something goofy, I'm going to skip it. And it's pleasantly enough, I didn't have to skip anything. They actually, I was really worried as soon as Big E became the champion on Raw, where Kofi and Xavier were, that those two were just going to drag him down to their typical New Day goofy style, but they really let him have the spotlight. I got a little bit worried when Xavier came up with the trombone, because that's just so dumb, but they were really good. Like, Big E had the spotlight. I've always thought that of the New Day, he was the best promo, and I'm glad that he got a few minutes uninterrupted to just talk from the heart, and it was great. It was great. And then obviously the Bloodline comes in. We knew they were coming, but it's still just when Roman's music hits, just makes you feel some type of way. So this was a SmackDown level opening segment, which is great.
I think Dom finally came around to the Roman Reigns music as well from last night, because he wasn't a hard believer of it, but I think he is now.
Once I there's like the little times, and then it's like that I like that stuff. That's good.
Is there anything else about the promo, or do you just really echo what we said?
Echo what you guys said. You take the words out of my mouth every and each night.
You're speechless.
Speechless. They used to be speechless. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good way to kick off.
And then we come into let's let Eric do this, because Eric usually does the whole setting up and segments and stuff. So
man, do his job.
So Bloodline comes out. We get as advertised, we get the 6-man tag between the New Day and the Bloodline. And I wasn't worried about this as far as match quality, because obviously New Day and the Usos, we know they have great chemistry, and they, in their program they had a few years ago, they put on 5-star match after 5-star match after 5-star match. And obviously Roman's a fantastic worker in his own right. So as a match, this was never going to be an issue. My problem was going to be one of these big factions is going to have to take a loss, and is going to come out looking a little bit worse. But the way they did it, it actually, the match itself, I mean, let's be honest, it wasn't their best work, but it wasn't supposed to be, because this match, as weird as this sounds, this match wasn't really about the match. It was about popping a rating and then having Bobby Lashley reinserted it into this issue. And Bobby Lashley comes in, he cleans house, he looks fantastic. He spears everybody, saves the best one for last for the guy that took the title from him, spears Big E through the barricade. I really don't know if there's anything would have changed about this. I know it's kind of like, it sucks that it was a fuck finish and the New Day still ended up getting pinned, but it was the right member of the New Day that got pinned, the right member of the Bloodline making the pin, and everyone has an out in this. If anyone in the New Day needs an out, they've got it. So I thought this was great.
So the only thing I didn't like about this was the fact that like Bobby Lashley attacked like half of the people in the match, and then there was no DQ.
Look who's complaining about the rules now.
Like that's just like so. That's just so. Like,
wait, say it again.
Like, but when Bobby Lashley is attacking like all the people that aren't legal in the match, they
weren't legal in the match. Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
That's how the. Yes, it
does. That's still the rules.
Look it up.
No. Well, but my favorite point of the match was Bobby Lashley looked like a badass, obviously. I love that they not, like, making him look weak just because he lost the title now. He still looks like a dominating machine. But my favorite part of it was when I think Kofi, like, punched Roman. Like, when Roman was on the side, and Roman just went ballistic on Kofi. He threw him the ring post. He threw him on the table. Like, he just, like, yeah, you're not doing anything to me. That was just awesome.
Yeah, that was the other thing I forgot to mention is they did a really good job with Roman, because obviously Roman, part of the mystique around Roman is he doesn't fight on free TV very, very much. And when he goes in, he really shouldn't be bumping for too many people. And like obviously he bumps for Big E, which he has to, because Big E's the other champ. He needs to look strong too. But like Kofi couldn't get momentum on him. Xavier Woods couldn't get momentum on him. I think it was just about the perfect booking of Roman Reigns if you had to have him fight on free TV.
Oh my God, Roman! And then it just looked like Roman didn't even want to get into the match. He was just like, "Let them do my work." I'm not.
There was, in the back of my mind, I thought before the Bobby Lashley thing became apparent, if they were just going to do this as a match, I thought there was a legit possibility that Roman just refuses to tag in and just has the Usos be like 3-on-2 handicap.
I mean, that wouldn't be bad. But yeah, it was a good match all around. I liked it, and we get more from this match later tonight. But we'll go into that.
I have something for you guys.
Okay.
I have to move the banner.
Hot take internet connection warning.
Okay, I still have to. You guys ready for this?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys are gonna like it, but it's the truth.
Oh, I'm probably gonna hate it.
The Usos and New Day, like their feud thing, dynamic, is just as important in terms of influence in this era.
Oh God.
As
no.
as the Hardy Boys, Christian and Edge, and Team 3D. Like it or not, it's the truth.
Comment. No comment.
That's bad. That's
true.
No comment. That's just
their influence in tag team wrestling is
they're
just
not. What's their? They've had great matches, but what's their influence? Who have they influenced?
I mean, we don't know yet because we don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Dom. I don't want to argue about it much because I don't want to take too much time. But when the Usos and the New Day come up with basically their own match, then you come back and talk to me.
I'm saying the style of whatever.
Anyway, so straight after the match, we go to break. We come back. We get. Oh, wait.
What?
Whatever. So we get Bobby Lashley backstage. He's still looking angry. Yeah. So Bobby Lashley wasn't done. He's backstage. He's stalking around, looking pissed off. Goes in. He finds Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, who I guess apparently they're not the GMs. They're calling them the like WWE officials, whatever that means.
They've always have, yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't pay attention. Because they act like GMs. They make matches. But whatever. And he basically says like, I'm not done with these guys. I can't you allowed them to do this to me when I was hurt. I could beat both these guys one-on-one, no problem. And here's the thing. So yeah, I remember Cody, you and I had a small disagreement a while back about Bobby Lashley's promos. I think my issue with him that I realized after this isn't necessarily like he comes up with good things to say. I think he just needs to work on his delivery a little bit because sometimes his delivery is a little awkward. But I liked this. I think but you can also tell with MVP not being there, like MVP. I think MVP, if he cuts this same promo, I think it's a lot more effective because he's just a better talker. But I think it was good. Like why not?
I think you're obviously MVP is amazing, but this might be a hot take. I don't know. I think Bobby Lashley is going to benefit a little bit by having MVP not on TV for a little while.
We'll see.
Just because he's just going to be a guy that's not going to talk much. He's going to kill people.
Yeah, and he'll probably, when he does start winning matches again, it'll probably make him look stronger when he does it without MVP interfering.
Yeah. So I like this segment. I like that. But like the only thing I didn't say, like, Bobby Lashley's like, he's like, I was hurt. I'm still hurt. I can beat them one-on-one any day. And then I'm like, dude, you're still hurt.
How are you going to say you were hurt when you were just running all over the arena spearing people?
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing that didn't make sense to me. But
he's like, look at my knee, and he's wearing pants.
I think Big E's more of he messes up his words sometimes. Like he'll like come in so hot and like I remember the first thing he said. I think he messed up the word he tried to say, and it just sounded funky. And he like stared at like Adam Pearce for like 30 seconds after this. It was just awkward. But it was a overall decent segment.
I didn't really care for this, to be honest. It was neither good, in my opinion.
There were three separate interviews on the show that served the same purpose, and they so you can kind of just grade them as one.
Yeah, so it's neither bad.
I think there's one more significant one than this. There's a way more significant backstage than this.
Yeah. So the next we had the third installment of Eva Marie versus Dewdrop, and I have a question for you guys. Why is this still happening?
Something else for Dewdrop to do.
Who the fuck cares? No one cares about Dewdrop. No one cares about Eva Marie. This was
big sweaty.
This was a classic. This is a 3-hour show, and we have 10 minutes. We still need to fill type of thing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I think Vince. I think Vince loves Eva Marie. I really think that's
clearly.
I think he really thinks that Eva Marie is talented.
I feel like this. I feel like this can only be leading to Eva Marie coming in with a new bodyguard to beat up Dewdrop one of these days. And if that's what they're doing, it needs to just happen already because I'm sick and tired of seeing the exact
I'm so annoyed that they changed her name.
Raquel Gonzalez.
No. Oh, God, don't mess up Raquel Gonzalez. I mean, if she loses the championship tonight, maybe, I guess you could say that.
Who's she facing?
Frankie Monette.
Oh, who cares?
John Morrison's wife.
Should have been Dakota.
Dakota sucks. So.
Shut up.
All right, let's go to the next one because this was very pointless.
Yeah. So next was one of the other backstage interviews we were talking about. Now it's Big E backstage. I don't exactly remember. Oh yeah, he was just fired up with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville saying, give me Bobby Lashley. And I think he even said, give me Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. Yeah,
he said, give me. This is what I was talking about. Significant. This is the most significant segment, just because Bobby Lashley storms in there and said, I don't care. I want Roman and Bobby tonight.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy move.
So Big E comes in with a fired up promo demanding to have both of them tonight. And again, I love Big E's promos. I love his delivery. He has a really good voice, and he knows how to work it to sound.
He kept it very short too. That's all he said, and then he left.
Yeah, it was short, but it was really. I think it was good, and obviously it was a little foreshadowing of what was to come. And we got an immediate payoff on that because the next thing happens, we had Paul Heyman backstage. And he tries to be condescending with Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, saying, "You see how these people act? You see how Bobby Lashley ruins a match and comes and yells at you. Big E comes and yells at you, and they cut him right off. Said, Paul, shut up. There's Roman's fighting both of them in the main event, and that's awesome. So we had three interview segments, almost back to back with a little bit of shit in the middle of it, but 3 promo segments that lead us to an epic main event.
I miss Caleb Braxton on this segment.
You have to wait till Friday.
What?
You have to wait till Friday.
I thought you said something in German. I did not understand what you said.
Let's just move on. This was fine.
Yes. Yeah, so moving on, we have AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. My only complaint is I didn't know this feud was still going on, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit bored of this feud, but this still was two fantastic workers having a very solid match. And fuck Matt Riddle in every possible way when he's not wrestling, because I hate when he talks. They had a backstage promo thing where he was talking like a 3-year-old again. And then, so to the match was good. It wasn't fantastic. Like there was nothing, like there weren't any huge spots that were like holy shit, but it was just solid, super clean work. Amos gets ejected from ringside. Riddle sings like an idiot and gets laid out. Thank God. And, Randy wins. It was, the right man won. Can't complain about it.
Yeah, I think this is the 4th time they fought one-on-one in 2021, but when you have two of the best workers in your company, I mean, I can't really complain too much about it. I love the Riddle segment. I laughed out loud. him singing. I just thought it was funny. The thing you kind of didn't mention is Orton was actually using some of Riddle's moves in the match, which I thought was pretty cool. If you will go watch, but you have to watch it back. He used I think there was 2 separate occasions he used some of Riddle's moves in the match. And I love the finish of this match, where it's like they know each other so well that he knew he was going for the phenomenal forearm, or he knew Randy was going to go for the RKO, and then that's how.
That's kind of a play that they've done that. They've done that a few times when they fought. I knew when they set that up, I knew that's exactly what they were doing, because I think that's the 3rd time they've done that. So I was actually going to complain about that it was cool the first time, but
I don't remember. So
I don't remember that either, to be honest with you. Maybe it was in a tag team match. Maybe
they did it in one. I mean, it was over a year ago.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
You can't complain about something that did a year ago and repeating that. That's
when they've only had a certain number of matches and they use the same sequence sequence in most of them. It's like Charlotte's moonsault. You know what's going to happen, and it loses its luster after a while.
The moonsault.
I guess since I remembered it.
Eric,
that's like cold. That's a cold take.
What take? I didn't even make a take.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a takedown.
Okay, then it's a hot take.
Keep your hands off the
take.
Well, yeah, I just enjoyed this match. There's 2 solid workers. I'm almost positive they're probably gonna have a match at Extreme Rules 2-on-2.
Wait, so
I'm not giving them too much slack because there's I get they could do new stuff, but at the same time, it's the draft is next Friday. So, I don't know.
So, will MVP and Bobby Lashley ever get their tag team match?
Well, MVP's hurt, so I don't know.
Well, MVP's hurt and Bobby Lashley lost the title, so I think.
So, I guess not. Well, there you go. I like the finish. It was good.
Thank you, Don.
All right. So, next we get Shayna Baszler versus the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Nia Jax. I said this in the chat. I love how just sloppy brawling has just become a mainstay in Nia Jax matches. After that train wreck match with Charlotte, every time Nia Jax has been in the ring, there's been sloppy brawling. But you know what? Okay, the match was bad, but I liked the afterbirth with Shayna just snapping and just beating the shit out of Nia Jax. I really like that because I think it seems like they're setting up Shayna Baszler to actually go and be a heel singles wrestler, which is great. My only complaint is Nia Jax was really overacting. Every time she got hit, she was screaming. And she's screaming
she can't even sell right. She can do nothing right. She can't sell right. She can't wrestle. She can't talk.
And then the silly thing when Shayna put her hand in the hole in the stairs, and Nia just looked at it and didn't think to take it out of the hole and just kind of let Shayna stomp on it. That was kind of silly. And then I also didn't like that Shayna looked so conflicted and so even after she hit the last move and Nia's screaming and everyone's checking on her, she's still looking what did I just do? No, you can't hit her 5 different times and then be shocked. It worked for Seth because that's Seth's character. That's not Shayna's character. Shayna just needs to beat her up and leave.
I mean, it worked for Seth because Seth was fighting a guy with a bad neck.
And that's also more Seth's character. Nia and Shayna have been bitching at each other for months. This wasn't like out of the blue.
So I'll tell you two things I liked about this. Two things I liked about this. Two things I didn't like about this. Shayna like almost murdered Nia, so that was positive, which was nice. I love that Shayna is going to be a heel again. That she's going to be the dominant heel, and she put out a tweet earlier in the day saying, "If you let these chains off me, you'll see what I can do," or something like that. So I do like that a lot. One of the things I hated was the Nia selling. It was just so over the top, like ridiculous. Like, yeah, you're hurt, but you're not screaming like that. Like, come on, like let's be realistic. And the second one is Shayna. When she was walking out, she seemed like she had a little remorse. I want Shayna to have remorse for stuff she does. I get because I was her tag team partner for almost a whole year, basically. But I don't want Shayna to be looking back like, oh, I really didn't want to do that. Like the Shayna we know, the Shayna we want is the one that's going to kick your ass and just laugh at you. So that was my take.
Yo, this was the funniest shit ever. I laughed my ass off.
Dom froze for copyright strike.
Yo, this shit was hilarious. I never laughed so hard in a wrestling show for a while. Thank you, Nia Jax.
Unfortunately, I think we're gonna end up being in Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler territory again.
Yeah.
Hey, just have Nia Jax keep getting beat up and
but the only thing is, like, they're gonna make her a babyface and like she's not likable at all.
Well.
So.
No one cares about her regardless. Like, who cares what they do?
No, they put her on TV because she's related. She's related to.
Who cares? I mean, honestly, who cares what they're gonna do with her? Because she's not gonna get over it either way. So
yeah, whatever. All right.
Yeah. So next we had a tag match. It was Mansoor and Mustafa Ali against Alberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. Not gonna lie, I'm sure this was good because these are four good workers, but I didn't care. I knew Ali and Mansoor weren't gonna win. They've given me no reason to care about either team, so I skipped it.
I mean, Garza and Carrillo, this is their first match as a tag team, so
I don't care. I've been given no reason to care about any of these people.
And Angel Garza and Carrillo are cousins, if no one knew. So, I skimmed through this match really quickly. It was decent there. Mustafa Ali is so good. He is so good. Like I don't know who it was that threw him into the ring post, but he like launched himself into the ring post, and it was sick. But yeah, the right team won. Garza and Carrillo. Hopefully, you can get a little push from them. Garza, I think is what Carrillo needed because Carrillo is very stale when it comes to like personality and stuff, and Garza has a lot of personality, and he can go in the ring. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do moving forward. That just gives another tag team that they can mess up.
I'm glad they added another tag team, to be honest, because these are two talented workers. Put them together, it makes all the sense in the world. I like the little promo related to that. It's also a good match. The right winners. I hope to see more of them next week. And the War Raiders are replaced apparently now. So,
damn it. Oh well. Okay, so next we had a really quick Karrion Kross video. I've got a prediction of Karrion Kross. He's not going to be anything on the main roster at all. They're going to do nothing with him. He's never going to get over.
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
Yeah.
I think most people think that.
Because he's a soap opera character now. Like,
so as much as I love that, me and Dom said we liked the promo last week of the video. I did not like this one.
It wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same. Like, what is he doing each week? Like, it just makes no sense. They completely ruined his character from the dominant champion in NXT to the guy that just has no identity now.
The problem is that they bring them up, like, Ray on Sunday. When we did the collab show, he even said, he's like, they've got soap opera writers in the creative room. Those are the people that are writing this. This is like, they're not writing him as a monster wrestler. They're writing him as a soap opera character. This isn't what he should be doing.
I think WWE really rushed it because they wanted more NXT talent, like they do every year. They try to get NXT. They had Damian Priest, but Damian Priest has been there for a while now, so they want to get another one. So the best WWE NXT are either people that are leaving the company or the people that don't want to go to the main roster. But yeah.
You know what's funny? I was actually looking forward to seeing Karrion Kross tonight because of the promo he did last
I
week.
forgot about him, if I'm being honest.
The promo he did last week. You guys know how much I loved it, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I say this shit. I'm like, no, this is not.
Well, we're losing.
Dom, you're very.
Dom's connections crapping out. I'll just say, I mean, it's been pretty. I was holding out hope for Karrion Kross after last week when it seemed like they were repackaging him, but after that they were actually going to make him into something watchable on the main roster. But after this, I put all my money on Karrion Kross is going to be an absolute non-entity on the main roster. He's going to be like Lars Sullivan. He's going to squash jobbers, and that's it. He'll probably win the United States title at some point and have a terrible reign, lose it, and we won't hear from him again.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
They just fucked it up. That's all.
Good takedown.
So next, we had the Women's Tag Team Championship, Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash versus Natalya and Tamina. I skipped it because I knew who would win, and I didn't care, and I'm pissed.
So I skipped it too.
Can I actually give you? So this isn't a hot take, but this is just my opinion. I'm not saying anything about like the division in general. This is my opinion. The Raw Women's division, I don't care about anything going on in the Raw Women's division.
I do now.
Oh, okay. Give a shit about Shayna. But
No,
I don't.
After what we're going to talk about in a little while, I care about that.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean that's why I said it. That's why I said I'm not speaking for like the division as a whole. I'm speaking my opinion. I don't care about other than Shayna Baszler. Care nothing about the Raw Women's division right now.
So I didn't watch this match because I knew who was going to win. Otherwise, I kind of do like the tag team. I'm going to be honest here. It gives a different element. Like we can actually see Shayna. We can actually see Rhea. Rhea's going to be on SmackDown now and Raw because it's they go on both places. So maybe we'll see some more competitive matches.
We're going to see a lot less of them now because the women's tag team titles barely get showcased.
I mean, they've been on TV every single week since. When's the last time Rhea wasn't on TV?
Okay, they actually just cheapened the titles by having the champions lose 3 weeks in a row to this team and 4 weeks in a row to Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart.
They're not the champions anymore, so.
But the penultimate champions were weak, so you can't take. I don't take. And Nikki Ash is part of the champions, so I don't. This is a joke.
If Nikki Ash is weak for the women's champion, does that mean the Raw Women's Championship is weak because Charlotte has it now?
Charlotte had a pedigree coming in that you take her seriously. Ever since Sasha Ripley,
do you not take Rhea Ripley seriously?
Not next to Nikki, not with Nikki Ash in her.
I think you take her
in her arms when she's holding Nikki Ash in her arms like a child. Absolutely, the hell not.
I disagree.
Eric has got a point. I know you guys said you guys skipped it. They did like a Connor Crush thing, right? Like
Rhea got really emotional. I heard.
I don't know if Rhea got emotional or she just forgot her lines. To be honest,
probably a little bit of both because it is.
I was watching the Fightful review.
Because the Connor the Crusher story is really really sad.
It is. I'm not taking away from that. Mm-hmm. It just seems like for a little bit I'm like, did she forget her lines? Because she like stopped, and then actually if you look at it, Nikki Ash was like telling her some of the lines of what she should say. So I don't know. I actually skipped this match too, watching live. I don't know how that's possible.
So it looks like we don't have really much to say about the match. We all skipped it.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna have anything to say about this entire reign as long as it lasts. So
cool. Awesome. Let's move on.
Yeah. So our reviews are gonna be a lot shorter. So next we had Alexa's Playground with Charlotte, and here's what I did for this. I love Charlotte and I understand that Alexa Bliss is over, and I'd actually heard because I watched it this morning like I always do. I just record it. I did hear good things about this, but what I decided to do is I was going to fast forward a little bit and I was going to play it and see if what was going on draws me in. And if not, I'd skip some more. Skip the entire segment.
What? Yo, Eric, you tripping.
I don't think your logic makes much sense. You're gonna
Eric,
skip
no,
until,
you did
you're gonna
not.
skip until halfway through. So
I didn't skip until halfway through. I would fast forward like 30 seconds, play for 10. If it didn't seem interesting, I'd fast forward another 30 seconds.
You missed a lot. You missed a lot. This is probably. I'll say this is probably my second favorite thing that happened on Raw. If I'm being honest.
What's the first?
No, it's triple threat match.
This might be my second, next to not the triple threat match.
The 6-man tag.
No.
Oh, the Jeff Hardy thing.
What's next? Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, I do want to touch on this because it was absolutely so. People do not give Alexa Bliss enough credit for how good she is in her character and on the mic. I know you guys don't like the character, but Alexa plays it great. It just the backlash with the. So basically, what happens is, like, I like the element that it's like Alexa doesn't even care about the title. She's like, Charlotte, that's all you care about. You don't care about anything else around you. And then Alexa's giving her shit, and then everybody's chanting, woo, woo, woo. And Alexa's like, that's not even hers. So original. But then Charlotte said, Alexa, you want to talk about original? Referring to Bray Wyatt. So that was good. I'm glad they didn't bring up any of the dark rings, the side of the ring, because I feel like that would have just been unnecessary. But I did like and Charlotte was good in this as well, saying, Alexa, we want the old Alexa back. We don't want the one that's just this plays with magic or stuff. We want the one that's a former WWE Women's Champion, the one that was on WrestleMania. I forgot what her nickname was, but Charlotte said her nickname too.
Twisted Bliss?
No, the 5 Feet of Fury. That's okay. Charlotte did reference that. So I think it was
watchable.
So it was a very good promo. I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it a lot too. I think Charlotte's work on the mic or character work was the best I have seen in recent memory, right? Like her actual character work. Alexa Bliss made me actually like intrigued because I never really cared for Alexa Bliss. But now I'm like, can we have this every week? Can we just have Alexa Bliss talk to random ass wrestlers every week and just make them think of themselves? Like, this was so good. Eric, did you by any chance was able to watch the movie Soho Britt Baker thing?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, Jesus. I was going to ask you which one you liked more. I like this more, to be honest, because it had more flesh to it. I'm intrigued on this feud now.
I also love the shout that Charlotte was talking about, I'm an 11-time champion. No one's ever won more championships than me as a woman. And then Alexa's like, well, if you've won 11, that means you've lost it 10 times.
And then Charlotte
how impressive.
it always goes like this. She's like, look at me. I'm a loser.
All right, yeah. So that was Eric needs to watch that. Please.
No,
Eric, you need to watch it. You need to stop being a baby.
No,
Yeah.
thanks. I'll watch it when I can take it seriously, which will be when there are no dolls and when there are no dolls and swing sets.
I'm gonna smack you up one. I'm gonna smack you up.
You're missing out. You're missing out.
Let me ask you guys: who is Alexa Bliss a babyface now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
This isn't a babyface gimmick.
It really wasn't being really a heel though.
Nobody was a heel. Alexa was never portrayed as a heel either in this feud. Never.
In this feud, yeah. Okay, so who am I supposed to root for?
Alexa?
Why?
Because she's not the stuck-up bitch.
She's the underdog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can't just watch a promo. You can't, like, if you have no one to root for, you can't watch a promo that you think is really good.
The promos are the worst parts. I have to watch a grown woman in a swing with a doll next to a slide.
But she didn't portray herself like that in the.
So she broke character. So she wasn't the Fiend character in this. So she broke character. Did she break character?
It's a different thing between breaking character and not feeling like the character.
I mean, you have to watch it. Everybody has their own opinions on it.
Yeah, I just feel like she talked different. She talked less spooky, but she still talked. She was mean.
So she was mean. Alexa Bliss dressed like and it just
No,
like
she didn't.
a demonic 3-year-old on a swing with dolls on a slide.
I just think you can't watch if you don't ever give it a chance. It's never going to change your
Eric,
opinion.
I'm not.
She's been doing the gimmick a long time. I've given it plenty of chances.
But different. This hit different. Like
I'm not
WWE
saying-
2K22.
I'm
This
not
is
saying-
different.
I'm not saying that the gimmick itself is bad because look, people like it. It's over. I'm saying for my taste, I personally cannot stand it. So
But
We're
it's
not
like,
saying
it wasn't even
gimmick
like-
is good now. We're not saying that.
yeah, but like the promo is good. If you have a good promo, I'm going to watch it.
it might have been good, but I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch a gimmick that I hate.
Eric, whatever, Eric.
I don't get why this is.
Eric,
You know,
we're
I don't get why-
gonna like.
I don't get why
double
this
team
is. I don't get why this is a
Spot
huge.
on
I don't get why this is a huge deal. I didn't watch a
because
promo.
it was good.
It's a bad take. Bad take.
It was good. It was.
I'm
no,
not
it was
even.
great
I'm not
in a
even.
great
I'm not
way.
making it. I'm not making a take. I'm just saying I don't like.
Yeah,
the
you
gimmick.
are. You are. You say you
No, I-
don't watch a.
That's
If
not
you're
a take.
If you're a
That's not a
wrestling
take.
fan, you're saying I'm not watching
Then-
a take because I don't like the gimmick.
That's not a take. That's me saying I don't like the gimmick, so I don't want to watch the promo. I didn't say if the promo was good or bad. I'm saying I didn't watch it because I don't like the gimmick and I can't stand watching it.
Thumbs down.
Not a take.
I have a question, real quick.
I hope.
I have a question for Eric. You said you don't watch the promo if you don't like the gimmick, right?
Yeah.
But yet do you watch all the Matt Riddle promos then?
His are only like 10 seconds, and he's with Randy Orton, who I love.
You do though. You do.
And he doesn't get promo segments. He gets like 10 seconds to talk like a 5-year-old. And I actually do.
He does get segments.
Randy.
Yeah, and I
He got a segment last week, didn't
yeah,
he?
and I actually did skip him this week.
Yeah.
I actually did skip him this week. Notice I talked about him for 5 seconds. They had a promo, and Riddle was an idiot.
Nope, he was great. Move on.
Oh, Eric.
Next, we're WWE champion.
Hey, you guys are the one dragging this out. You guys are the one getting on me because I don't like.
I'm fine with it because I'm fine with talking about Alexa's Playground this week because it was great. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. We just got to agree to disagree, just like we're about to really agree. Me and Dom are about to really disagree. 24/7 title segment. I'm really bored of the 24/7 title.
I like it every week. You can't change my mind.
I know. Oh, I'm not going to try to change your mind. But all I'm going to say is, Cody, remember when Dom was like, "I'm glad Drake Maverick's in the 24/7 title picture. He's going to really add something to it." And today's big plan was we're going to drop a net on him and then dropped a net on the wrong guy. So Drake Maverick just came in and he's part of the comedy.
It wasn't Drake Maverick's fault.
But he's added. But my point is, he's added absolutely nothing except he's just another comedy character in this. Like, here's the thing. I'm just like, I understand. Just like with Alexa Bliss, I'm not going to say that it was like stupid and that it's bad because there are still a lot of people that like this. I'm just going to say for me, I'm very bored of it because they do it different ways, but it is essentially the same thing every week. These 3 or 4 morons are going to try to get the 24/7 title, and Reggie's just going to do flips and shit to get away. And again, there's an audience for it. Clearly, people really like it, but I'm personally just bored of it.
I refuse to talk about the 24/7. If you watch the WrestlePalooza stream on Sunday, I got screwed because of the 24/7 title. So
Really? How so?
I talk about it. The last round, I was up by points. Had the lead go into the last round, and then one of these people in this review here gave me R-Truth as a character to guess when I said if he was on Raw TV, and I lost because I wasn't guessing irrelevant characters on WWE.
He was on Raw TV.
Well,
Who did they get? They got what? Booker T and who was the other one?
Bailey.
And Bailey.
You could have gotten him too.
Here's what I'll say. What I'll say is if Cody had a teammate whose answers were being counted, it probably would have been a completely different story.
Yeah, I know. Next, but watch out for this Sunday because this Sunday.
Oh yeah.
We'll have
Next we had Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus. If Jeff Hardy wins, he's added to the United States Championship match at Extreme Rules. Damian Priest on commentary. Loved it. So because again, this is kind of like the triple threat where it wasn't about the match and the match itself wasn't great, but like the point of this wasn't for them to have a great match. It was just to not only get Jeff Hardy on TV, but to actually officially put him in a prominent spot. He wins the match. He's in the title match. Don't know if he's going to win it, but it's just great to actually have WWE listening to the fans for once. like we say we want more Jeff Hardy. They give us Jeff Hardy in the 24/7 title. We say no, not like that. And now they put him in a legitimate upper middle card feud for the title. I found nothing wrong with this because like the match wasn't great, but it wasn't about the match. It was about Jeff Hardy.
I
I
agree.
think the match was pretty solid. If I'm being
It wasn't
honest.
bad. It wasn't awful.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfectly middle of the road.
Watching
Like,
Jeff Hardy, watching Jeff Hardy right now, it like hurts my body. Just watching like I hate how he does the twist of fate now. I think where he like sits down when he does it.
He's always done that.
I don't like it.
He's always sat down.
Matt Hardy is just so much smoother because Matt Hardy doesn't do that.
Matt Hardy lays down, but Jeff Hardy's also done it as a stunner.
He has.
But I will say, so two things. Sheamus bleeds like nobody else. This business. He bleeds every single week for some reason. I don't know why.
He's got a broken nose, and people keep hitting him in the nose.
He's broken nose. Why did he take
his mask off?
He took the mask off himself. No one ripped it off.
Exactly.
And then those knees that Jeff Hardy took on that Swanton bomb. Oh my god. He went like 3 feet in the air after he hit the knees. I'm like, oh my god, Jeff Hardy. And I like Damian Priest on the announcing for this. He was actually I like that he was like, oh no, I hope Jeff doesn't lose because triple threat, anything can happen. He was like, bring on all comers. Well, that's what you want to see from babyface champion.
See, sometimes WWE gets a gimme, like way too easy to. Mm-hmm. Jeff Hardy is one of the most popular superstars of all time. 100%.
And he got him winning. He got a huge pop. Like
this wasn't. You know what upsets me the most?
Loves him.
You know what upsets me the most about this Raw in general? I could have been there. It was North Carolina. and I said earlier this month, I was like, I don't want to go to a.
That kind of pissed me off because I could have been there last week when Big E won the championship.
See, me and Cody, we're both idiots. But it's easy.
Raw and SmackDown are going to be in the Bay Area at the beginning of October. I have a chance to go too.
Wait, beginning of October? When? Like the first week of October?
I'm pretty sure.
The draft? You have to go.
I think like the second Friday.
So that's the
second week. Yeah, the week after the draft.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be. I have the chance to go to Raw, but not SmackDown because I'm gonna be in Philly for during that.
I would not.
SmackDown's gonna be in my town. This fight, SmackDown after the Survivor Series, so I have to go to that.
I will say that I'm almost positive Jeff Hardy has inserted this in this match to take the pin.
That's fine.
Unless they plan on keeping Jeff on Raw and having Sheamus eat the pin, and then having Damian versus.
I think Jeff is going to SmackDown.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is I really hope that this isn't just gonna be. We give you Jeff Hardy at one pay-per-view, and then we're gonna pin him, and you're not gonna see him again. I hope they actually have like plans to keep utilizing him.
Have him be a mid-card jobber. Me.
No, why would you want him to be a mid-card jobber?
Because they're not gonna put a championship on him.
I mean, like you still want him in a competitive. You don't want him in a jobber.
I mean,
I would love to see a Roman Reigns versus Jeff Hardy match.
If Jeff Hardy have the one last.
Think about like Roman Reigns is running opponents to challenge for. Like, just throw a legend in there that you're going to be like, oh my god, Jeff Hardy's in the WWE Championship match. Or
Jeff Hardy was one of the big guys in SmackDown once.
Yeah.
So why not? Yeah, I like it too. All
right. Good match.
Yeah, solid match. Good fallout. So. Then we get to the main event of the evening, which is the triple threat: Big E versus Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley. I really liked it. They did a lot of things right. I mean, you knew the match was going to be solid because again, two good workers, one great worker being Roman Reigns, and it worked well. Really hard hitting, big man moves all over the place. Everyone looked good. I think the right man won, even though this isn't Roman's show. I think he's clearly being presented as the dominant guy, not just on SmackDown, but in WWE. That's how they're presenting him. So he needed to win. The right guy took the pin. You can't be pinning Big E. And even if you're going to pin Lashley again, they made Lashley. He still looked strong in this. No one comes out of this looking worse. My only complaint is not even that big a complaint because Big E didn't really get much on him today. Is Big E just won the championship. This is his first Raw as champion. He has 2 matches and he loses both. But they did well by him to not have him get pinned in either one, and have him losing to Roman Reigns in both. But I think it's an odd choice to have Big E lose 2 matches on the same night. But again, not a big complaint because he didn't. It's not like he came out looking weak.
Yeah, I've seen some people mention that. Why are you gonna put Bobby Lashley, Big E losing twice in one night? I'm like, he didn't lose. He lost to the biggest guy in the company.
He just didn't win,
and he didn't get pinned. He didn't get pinned. So.
And I love the finish of this match just because it looks Big E was getting nailed by a steel chair, so it's like he's not looking weak. Bobby Lashley's not really looking weak either because he's focused on the guy that took the championship from him. And he just turns around and gets speared. It's not like it would have been a little weaker if Roman put on the guillotine and Bobby Lashley passed out or something like that. But I like the finish. This match was good. Yeah, I like matches that we already know the outcome. Like I think we all knew that Roman Reigns was winning, Bobby Lashley was taking the pin. But it was still a good match. It was 3 hard-hitting guys. This could have been a pay-per-view quality match, but it was on Raw just because I'm like 99% sure because of Grand Slam coming up. But yeah, it was a solid Raw. Actually, I'll say good Raw and good main event.
I like the finish. I like the match. Triple threat matches are always fun. It's hard to pull off a non-entertaining one, like a boring triple threat match. Even if you put Nia Jax, Nikki,
if you put in Nia Jax, it's gonna suck.
Nia Jax, Nikki Ash, and Tamina.
That'll suck. Okay, let's not get carried away.
I'm sure there's at least one fun spot, at least one. But other than that, I really enjoyed this match. The finish was smart. And I'm interested and excited for the draft next week.
Oh, we still got the Extreme Rules, SmackDown Extreme Rules, and Raw.
Oh yeah, that's stuff too.
Yeah.
Extreme Rules is this Sunday, right?
Yes.
So this is the go home.
Extreme SmackDown Extreme Rules, and then Raw, and then SmackDown is the start of the draft. I'm happy they're starting the draft on SmackDown and not Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To wrap it up, it's like we said at the top of the show. This was the best Raw that we've reviewed. It kind of is unfortunate that they're about to have the draft because this was such a good episode, but it's going to be nice to get some fresh faces in there, some fresh feuds. I've actually read a couple of rumors. I'm not going to say them. I don't want to ruin anything, but things are for the first time in a long time. I think things are actually looking up for Monday Night Raw. I mean, it's still not as good as SmackDown. It's still the B show, but this was good. Perfectly solid, and I like I said it on Sunday with the in the collab show. Their hand is being forced that now they have to put out a quality program. So even though they've lost world-class talent, they've still got world-class talent, and they're putting together a good show because of it. So it is. If tonight's any indication, maybe it is a blessing in disguise that they lose those guys and specifically to AEW.
Yeah, which guys?
Like Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole.
No,
Guys, imagine this: Raw being good, AEW Dynamite being good, and being good.
And I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise. Obviously, you want those guys on your roster, but I'm saying it's a blessing in disguise because if they kept them, they still would have probably been complacent to put out shit TV. But now that they're on the opposing show, this seems like the catalyst that's made them go, okay, now we actually have to get our shit together. And they still have really good talent to build a great show around. It's not as good as that. It's not as good as what they've lost, but it's still great.
I am very excited for the draft just because I feel like it needs we need fresh stuff. I just feel like it's getting very very stale at this point. We just need some new feuds, some new challengers, because it's like looking at the brands, it's like, oh, they've already placed that guy. They've already faced that guy. So I'm very excited. And Drew McIntyre wasn't on the show, was it?
No.
Unfortunately,
that's
not.
Another reason why he was so great.
Stop.
I mean, what does that say? Drew's not on a Raw?
And it doesn't sound like he has a program heading into Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
One thing, like I mentioned, I feel like wrestling is coming up. I feel like we're hitting a very nice period of. And if you don't like the storylines, you can just head over to New Japan, watch the G1 Climax. Cody, you better stop shaking your head, because every night there's at least gonna be one great match, and you're gonna enjoy it. Other than that, anything else you guys want to say before we end this?
I was
No,
gonna say.
I was gonna say what you were gonna say.
Not everyone at once.
You can read my mind.
I'm assuming you're gonna talk about the schedule for the rest of the week.
Oh yeah. All right, so we might have an issue running in. We usually do our AEW Dynamite on Wednesday, but we might not be able to do it. We're gonna talk to ASAP people over there, see if we can get something rescheduled to maybe doing an all SmackDown only show on Friday night after SmackDown goes off the air, and then AEW Saturday nights. I feel like that has a kind of cool ring to it. AEW Saturday night show. But we have Dynamite tomorrow night, which I will not be watching live, sadly, but I will be watching as soon as I get home because I need to see Bryan Danielson beat Kenny Omega, hopefully.
No.
Hopefully. And I was watching an interview today with Bryan Danielson. He had a hat on, but it did look like he cut the ponytail.
Yeah. And also, we haven't talked about this. Friday, if we do the SmackDown review Friday, should we also squeeze in some Extreme Rules predictions?
Oh, we could do a 2-1. Yeah,
because I think normally we would do that on Saturday.
Yeah,
we're AEW Saturday. We're already doing WWE Friday.
I like that idea.
I do like that idea, and I'll have a haircut because I finally get a haircut.
Yeah, Dom, when are you getting a haircut?
I already got a haircut.
Yeah, Dom, need another one. Sorry, Dom.
No, I'm the one who started this. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, and then Sunday I think we're doing a little pregame show with what is it? ASAP LaPalooza or
WrestlePalooza?
WrestlePalooza. Yeah, we're doing a small pregame show, and then I would say I don't want to bring it up now. We'll save it a little surprise that I have to discuss with you two guys after. But
I don't even know what this is.
it just came to my mind. So NXT 2.0 is about to be on. Hopefully we'll get some good stuff, and yeah.
All right then. Adios. Good night. Eric has a shitty haircut.